Hi girls, this is Miss Page here. Happy Tuesday and welcome to math. Today we're on Module 5, Lesson 11. Our learning target for today is I can compare unit fractions with different sized models representing the whole. Okay, so let's have a look. Up here on our board, I have a football field and I have a field hockey field. Okay, so if we're looking at them, we can notice that they're not the same length. Okay, a football field is longer than a field hockey field. Okay, they start at the same spot and the field hockey field ends here, but the football field ends here. Okay, I have two athletes, a football athlete and a field hockey athlete, and they both said they ran 1/2 of the field. So 1/2 is at the center line. So the footballer athlete, she was here, she ran this part, she ran this part, she ran this part, and she ran this part also. Okay, so she started off running and she ran all the way down to here. Okay, but the field hockey athlete also said she ran 1/2 of the field. So she ran this part and she ran this part. Okay, now my question is, did the girls run the same amount? They both ran 1/2, okay, but did they run the same amount? We can look at it here. She ran 1/2 of this field and she ran 1/2 of this field. They both ran 1/2, but we cannot say that 1/2 is equal to this 1/2 because our holes are not the same. Okay, this whole field is longer than this whole field. So we cannot say that this 1/2 is equal to this 1/2. Okay, they are different halves. The athletes did not run the same length because the fields are different lengths. This field is shorter, so she ran shorter. She stopped running here, and this athlete stopped running here. Okay, so although they both ran 1/2 their fields, we can see that they did not run the same amount. We cannot say 1/2 of the football field equals 1/2 of a field hockey field because we're looking at fractions that have different holes. Okay, when we're comparing fractions, we have to make sure they have the same hole. And because this field is shorter, there's this space here, the football field is longer than the field hockey field. The field hockey field does not have the same whole amount. Okay, so keep that in mind for your lesson. You can only compare fractions if you have the same whole. Okay, so let's have a look and let's compare fractions that do have the same whole and see how they are different. Okay, so if I have one whole here and I have another whole here. Okay, if I split this whole up into 4 equal parts, and I shade this part in, this is 1/4. Okay, and I split this one up into 6 equal parts. Seven equal parts. Okay, and I shade this part in here. This one part is one. Oops, not very neat there. This whole part here is 1/7. Now, because they have the same whole, we can compare them. And we can say that 1/4 is greater than 1/7. Okay? And we can say that as the denominator gets bigger, the equal parts get smaller. But we can only say that if we're comparing fractions that have the same whole. Okay, so on the other one with the fields, the football field and the field hockey field, the fields weren't the same. So we couldn't compare those fractions. We can only directly compare fractions that have the same whole. Okay, and that's something to really keep in mind at our lesson. If you're not sure if your wholes are equal, whole parts are equal, then you cannot compare them. We can't say that running half of one field is the same as half of another because they did not have equal wholes. But we can compare this whole and this whole because they are the same. The overall whole is the same, and we can say that 1/4 is greater than 1/7. Okay, go ahead and go on Zernite. We're on lesson 11 today. Make sure you complete all 4 parts on there and enjoy.